don't know a lot about older Polish generation, but I'm sure they were refugees when they stayed after the war. We are going on a journey to meet the older Polish generation and learn about their stories.
My name is Maciek. I'm 14 and I'm going to high school, Alejandro High School. I'm in year 10, so I'm just started my GCSE class. And I'm interested now in art, photography and movie making.
Mam na imię Patryk, mam 16 lat. Uczęszczam do szkoły Alec Hunter w Braintree. Moja mama znalazła tu pracę i, jakby to powiedzieć, przyjechałem do niej po prostu. Byłem okropnie przerażony, nie znałem języka. Też nie znałem otoczenia, gubiłem się. Nie mogłem się odnaleźć po prostu.
My name is Carolina, I'm 24. I came to England nearly 4 years ago with my boyfriend. We started as working in a shop, and then we went to college to do performing arts. We've done it for 2 years, and now I went to university to do musical theatre.
I'm 14, nearly 15 in 4 months. My dad got a job here, and so we just decided to move to England. I don't know, my feelings were really mixed, and I didn't actually feel much. I was a bit excited, but it's just hard to explain what I felt.
So
he was a wild boy. I didn't
so
like him.
Of course we...
Because I was taller than him at that time.
In church or in a chapel mass.
Didn't like him.
We had choir, we had dancing group, we had football, and I played football, you know, so we had some different girls.
Yes.
And somehow we got through together and fell in love.
And we've been married 53 years.
All the girls and boys were married in that church from camp.
Yes.
And buried in Braintree Cemetery.
My parents
Everything
are buried
Braintree.
there.
Everything Braintree.
I kind of feel both, like British and Polish, because I've been here for a long time. I lived in Poland for 10 years, around 10 years, and I've been in England for about over 4 years now. So yeah, I would say I'm half British and half Polish.
I don't remember Poland because I was only 6 years old, and there was mom and dad, and I was 3 boys. And before I was born, I was 2 girls, and they died before I was born. I was the last one in the family. So when the war started, it was 3 of us, Mom, deported to Russia.
Without
And,
Dad.
Without that, we didn't know.
Dad,
Was probably,
Dad disappeared.
well, we thought he was killed by Russians or partisans, Belarus partisans.
Wird ein Landungskorps zum Angriff angesetzt. Im Nahkampf werden die einzelnen Stellungen genommen.
I don't really know a lot about World War II, but as far as I know, I think Polish people were flying for the English army. That's what I know. But because it's a painful thing to think about the war, like in a wartime, I don't really think about it, and I haven't done a lot of research about it because, yeah, I don't like to think about painful stuff.
War gas is dropped from planes either as a spray or in gas bombs. But should enemy raiders use gas against your community, there is no reason for fear or panic. Because if you know what to do, you can protect yourself and safeguard your family against the menace of gas from the air.
I don't know, just people killing themselves and dying because of the stupid ideas. Like, I don't really get this. I don't think that ever should be any worse in a world.
That heap of rubble in the background is all that is left of the frontier arch blown up by the enemy.
Well, 1 o'clock in the morning at night, well, 1 o'clock at night, they came in, they took us to the train, and off we went. We didn't know where we were going.
Oh, yeah.
As it happened, the journey lasted for about a month, and we finished up in Pavlodar.
Pavlodar, yeah, I know.
It's Siberia, southern part of Siberia, actually.
I came here from Egypt because I went to the holiday to Lebanon and was in Egypt. They won't let me go to Italy. And I came here, was in the PRC, yes, Pacapayan. And I have enough of the army, enough of the superiors, enough of the officers, and I have enough of everything. So I went to, on the first chance to work, I went to the mining. I was miner over 2 years. They gave me training, and I was miner.
Well, all the big road, you know, which took us to England. Well, they fought, they were in camps, you know, prison camps, you know. They took me out of my house. So, to be honest, you know, it's not, they wanted to come here so badly. Because I left my family in house there, and father fighting in the forests because of the underground army we had as well against Russia.
This is head office. This is Polish Social Cultural Association. They have post club, what I represent myself, the chairman, last 12 years. And other things, we have theater, theatre, we have many different restaurants, we have National Library, many 100,000 books.
The library was established in 1942. Is 2012 is 70 years will be. This is quite old.
See?
That is the history of the Second World War. The books relating to Poland, English, in French, in
Because Polish people specialize about underground army. We have the best big army underground in all the globe. This is Armia Krajowa, AK, where my father fighting Battalion Kiliński in Warsaw.
Underground publication is sending to England like that. It's official book.
Truppen rücken in die eroberte Stadt ein.
Now I'm feeling now like I have two home, British home and Polish home, 50-50, precisely. I feel take me long time, many years. Now I know where is my home. That is good country, where I am now in London. People look after me, I look after these people as well. I feel like Englishman. My name is actually Polish name. Family name Polish. I'm still feeling after a long time immigration. I feel I have two countries.
Polish. You see, you never change bloody Poles. Now, they feel always, I am British subject, yes. But you see, in England, it's nationality, what nationality? Not the same with us. But, you know, I've been very well treated, I must say. Very well treated.
England was a different country what we got now.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't see any foreigner. You couldn't see the black face. You couldn't see any strangers here. First strangers we were. So, to be honest, you know, British people didn't take it to us, so, because we think we are heroes. We won the Monte Cassino, we won Bologna, all that, you know, we fought in British uniform. It was part of the British Army. We were doing the job for here, we expected a bit more.
Czechoslovakia.
I've been fighting in the Polish army. I was fighting only for Poland. Nobody going to tell me that it's for England. I didn't fight for England. I fight for Poland. I went to the prison camp because I was Pole. I went to the frontier and you too, to France. No, why? Because we were Pole. We was going to fight for Poland. And I don't care damn, you know, about anything, you know. I was Pole, I died Pole. Man, you know, the war was the best time for me. It was the best what I have. Look, we was paid, we was fed, we was eat. We have a lovely country like Italy. What do you want more?
They're materialists, you know.
I don't know what I have, but it was lovely, believe me.
Today I might go out with my friends, Patrick and other ones. I don't know what we're gonna do. I think Patrick wants to go to London. That's gonna be really interesting. Camden Town, I think I like the most. The multiculturalism is there. That you can meet a lot of different people which have the different they are interested in different things and different stuff, but they still can talk together without any arguments and everything. I think I like that. And I like shopping over there because it's like you can find a lot of different stuff from different style of fashions and everything, and you can mix together to look like just create your own way of look.
But the girls, English girls, were not nice. Not nice at all.
No, they were
They
not
used
friendly.
not friendly. They used to sort of do horrible things to the Polish girls, you know, and blame them for things and all that. But gradually things worked out. And of course, you see, when we went, you know, so that was different already, you see.
Yeah.
We could fight with the language.
And they used to say, because as I said, in my place where we're going for 4 of us, four blokes, but if we start talking in Polish, they said, "You in England, speak English." See?
Of course, these days is no such a thing, is it? It's prejudice,
No,
well, that's it.
Największe wyzwanie mieszkańców tutaj, moim zdaniem, jest to po prostu nauka angielskiego i poznanie nowych ludzi. Znaczy złamanie stereotypu Polaka w stosunku do angielskich ludzi. Jaki stereotyp? Że nie przyjechali tutaj, kradną pracę Anglikom i tym podobne.
And then they put us in labor camps. And my brother joined the Polish Free Army in Siberia. Right. So we thought we were going to die in Kazakhstan. Then we moved again to Uzbekistan. I don't know how many months we've been there. Then there was news that we can cross the Russian border to Persia, and we traveled from Uzbekistan. The town called, capital town is Tashkent. From Tashkent we traveled by train to Krasnovodsk, which is on the Caspian Sea. Not only that, there was hundreds of thousands of people.
In my case, there was mum and 6 girls and 1 brother. And brother joined the Polish army in Tehran, in Pahlavi, Pahlavi, yes. But again, my sisters were ill, and like Stan's mother, she went and tried to exchange certain things for milk and other food, because what we used to have very rich food, mutton, eggs, and all, there was all grease and all that. And being in Russia almost 2 years,
you were like a skeleton.
Yes, a skeleton. So people were dying like flies.
Yeah, special children.
Yes. Well, we lost 1 sister in Russia as well from starvation, and grandmother, because when we were uprooted from Poland in 1940, the same time as Stan, grandmother was at that time with us, and she was taken as well. And my younger sister was only just a baby by mum's breast, but she survived. She's the one that is in Australia. And she managed, only 1 sister, she was a bit older than me, she died with grandma, and they're buried there. And again, a son who went to Tehran, well, we went to Ahvaz first.
No, Tehran first.
And
well, we didn't know each other.
No,
it was 1,000 children, you know, it's amazing,
yes,
you know.
Well, while in Russia, when we were moving, myself and my younger sister, we had dysentery as well. And the authorities were going through the train to get the sick children away because for the contamination or whatever. But somebody told mother that, you know, they're coming to our wagon. So mother took me and my younger sister, she was a baby, and under the train to hide. And of course she did hit, and when the train moved, she had a head split. But they pulled her back into the train, and that's why we're here. I'm here, and my sister's in Australia. She saved us.
Yeah.
And she said, if they are to die, they will die in my arms, not somewhere else.
Women or wives, they had first to go to England, because let's say husband was in England. Our was son, my brother. So we were in a second sort of transport.
Phase, yeah.
Yeah,
phase.
the wives were at first, and I was 1947.
And I say when we came to England, in Sussex, Southampton, then we were taken to New Brighton, a Polish transit camp, Passingworth it was called, those. And then the fathers or brothers or sons, whatever, used to come and fetch the families wherever they have been stationed. And he came, and I remember I used to play with my younger sister on the road, and there was this man walking with a suitcase, and he came to us and he said about my mother, the name Budzyński, which was our name, where does she lives, the family of Budzyński. And I looked at him because I was older than my sister, and I pointed out where they were, and of course he went there. And so when we finished playing, we went home, and I could hear a male voice, so I lifted my younger sister up to the window, and she says, "There is a man talking to Mum." Of course,
so
that was our father,
recognize.
and he didn't recognize us, and we didn't know him because we haven't seen him for 6 years. 6 years.
So came to Southampton, was May, we were cold. Pyjamas and trousers, and everybody, I think a woman said, or somebody, I think I remember it's my brother or something, my husband or something like that. I said, where is my brother Kazik? Then he didn't come, he came 2 weeks later to fetch us. Well, he didn't fetch us.
He married.
Yeah, he was already married.
Yeah, he married.
Yeah. And what happened, when he came to see us in Gloucestershire, I couldn't recognize him. And it's like a feeling as he was coming at the side of a chapel. And I said, yeah, it's Kazik, it's my brother. Only through the photos. And I jumped on it. And he said to Mom and me, said, you go where the people go, I can't take him. Because I'm already married and I live with in-laws. And so we carry on. Being in a camp, came to Rivenhall. And we were like a gypsies, go one place to the other. Without any, you like it or not, you had to go, had to do it. But in in Rivenhall camp, we started to believe, as I said, we're going to settle here in England. We could go back to Poland, but Poland was communist, and there was no way we could live under communist regime.
No. Sailing 3 weeks on a ship and coming to England, and then going into those corrugated iron sort of huts and all that, it probably was very depressing. And as a child, living in India for 5 years, it was warm, although didn't have all the comforts. But here, there was metal beds, hard mattresses, and then you couldn't speak the language. And then we were pushed down to school, and the English children weren't all that friendly. So there were always some misgivings. was telling the ladies there that I do remember you as a little girl. Well, young girl, and I was a young girl as well. I used to come to you, yes.
And you.
And as well.
Lovely to
Anna,
see you again.
yes. I used to go to your dad, to your farm, to get some eggs or chicken, yes.
And paraffin.
Yes,
Paraffin,
oh, yes,
yes, I
yes,
remember
yeah,
paraffin.
paraffin, yes.
I don't know if you can remember an airplane crashing up.
Yes, yes, that's on Site 1, that was.
Site 2.
Site 2, yes, oh yes, yes. That was. Looked after Andrew. Yes.
Yeah,
oh, that's my niece and my sister and my brother-in-law.
Wonderful.
That's my niece, the one that lives at Mark's farm, my sister and my brother-in-law.
Who's that?
We
it's Krisha.
Krisha.
The pilot.
Yeah.
Before I only heard about the history of Polish people coming to England, and it wasn't that real, you know, many years ago, and that it was only stories. But now I could actually meet people which are real, so history came to life, and I think that was really, really deep experience for me.
I've learned a lot on the project because my knowledge about the war and what was going on is pretty wide now, because I had no idea that Polish pilots were flying for England and that people were traveling a lot. It was pretty amazing to discover the Riven Hall in Braintree, because I had no idea that Polish people were living there for so long. And hearing Anna's and Stan's story was pretty emotional, because they've been through a lot, and it was just amazing to know and discover that they've been traveling around the world and they met so many people, and they've been through a lot, and it was good to know that after many of different situations you can still find a place to live, even if you sometimes feel really homeless, especially during the war, when you leave your country.